Good afternoon. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. It's just past 3:30 p.m. here at the John J. Moakley Federal Courthouse in Boston, where a stunning series of developments has just unfolded related to grand juror leaker Jessica Leslie. Jessica Leslie was scheduled to tender her plea agreement with U.S. prosecutors from the Department of Justice today related to a mysterious series of leaks between August of 2022 and early 2024. And the very first thing we found out, folks, was that Judge Talwani accepted Leslie's guilty plea but rejected the proposed disposition by federal prosecutors. The proposed disposition of 1 day in jail time served, 24 months supervised release and no fine, and $100 special assessment was initially and provisionally rejected by Judge Talwani. As a result of that rejection, Judge Talwani did accept the guilty plea and set sentencing for September 26, 2025 at 3 p.m. in the John J. Moakley Courthouse behind me. Now, Jessica Leslie has the right to withdraw her guilty plea as a result of that disposition being rejected. But the big news of the day was most certainly that Jessica Leslie not only admitted to FBI agents and in open court to leaking information from the Massachusetts State Trooper CDL scandal between January 25th and January 30th of 2025, but she admitted as well after those indictments came down to leaking information about, quote, an investigation that was running in February of 2024 pursuant by the DOJ, but is now closed. Now, the words John O'Keefe and Karen Reed case were not said, folks, but it was clear as one of the 4 reporters in the courtroom that that was exactly what was being discussed. Leslie leaked about the CDL case. She leaked about the John O'Keefe and Karen Reed case, and then the U.S. attorney, the assistant U.S. attorney, indicated that Leslie leaked about 2 other unrelated investigations as well. As a result of all of that information being disclosed, the assistant U.S. attorney informed Judge Talwani she would file an impounded pre-sentencing report, including a full description of the information that Judge Talwani would get about the leaks by Ms. Leslie. You could see, ladies and gentlemen, in Judge Talwani's eyes, the furor with this recommended disposition. There was no statement on the record from the U.S. Attorney's Office regarding substantial cooperation, or what's called a 501k motion. And you could see as a result of that Judge Talwani was not comfortable accepting a disposition regarding grand juror leaks from at least 4 different cases in the amount of 1 day in jail time served and 24 months supervised release. Where this leaves this case, ladies and gentlemen, is anyone's guess. What we know right now is firm. September 26, 2025, 3 p.m. in front of Judge Talwani sentencing. Will that date be moved? Will Leslie withdraw her guilty plea? This woman could now be facing time in prison. What exactly is the nature of the February 2024 investigation that is now closed that Leslie leaked about, and who did she leak to? We know that this grand jury was empaneled on May 26, 2022, and Leslie started leaking for the first time in August of 2022. That is precisely the same month that Alan Jackson joined Karen Reed's legal team. More to come. More investigations, more targets. My name's Grant Smith Ellis, reporting live from outside the John J. Moakley Courthouse. I'll have more as I know it.
Very nice.